Okay, I think everything is working as intended. In theory. You never know with these things. Sometimes OBS just doesn't want to play audio. Okay, sounds like everything's coming through. If I need to adjust something, of course, let me know, as always. Welcome back to Disco Elysium. I will be joined with Motts when they return. They're currently, not here. They'll be back. But, we have some investigations. Well, we have an investigation to continue, which means that we need to do some interviews. And I'm not sure how easy those interviews are going to be. But, yeah, we can see how we get on. See, we have 3 real of our, what was it, 130? Yeah, I think it was 130 or something like that. We do need to interview the Wild Pines rep, need to interview the Union boss. Need to go to the harbor gate and ask the person there about the armor. Hoo boy. We need to ask Kuno and Gart about the victim's clothes. That's true. Let's see. Seems to be everything we got to do at the moment. We're currently thinking about Lonesome Long Way Home. Got 2 skill points we can spend on any time we need a skill point. Got a couple of tools from Kim. A postcard. Ill-advised residential area overlooking the Jamrock Quarter. Last boom years 39, the project fails catastrophically, leaving behind a opiate and high-speed infested slum. Lovely. We've got the tattoos, racist mug, and our ledger. In 2 weeks you still haven't got smokes or beer. Well, Tommy won't share, so. But, hi the crux. Okay. Well, that sure does look like a protest line. Got a person here. Person up there, person over here. Hello, Motts.
I'm back. Sorry about that.
Some magnesium. I'll take that. Oh, hey, look, it's the horse.
Yes!
The horse statue. You haven't missed much. Lacroix is pointing out that it's been 2 weeks and we still haven't found any smokes or alcohol.
Yes.
Welcome to Rivachol.
I'm not I'm not looking forward to talking to someone named racist lorry driver.
Yeah, he's a nasty fella.
Hey, no, Revachol, it's where we are.
Don't you welcome to Revachol me. My grandfather came here from a 3,000-year-old racist isolationist culture, while your ancestors came to this island a mere 300 years ago.
Tell him, Kim.
Every school of thought and government has failed in the city, but I love it nonetheless. It belongs to me as much as it belongs to you.
You tell.
Get his ass.
It's men like you who keep Revachol divided, making it that much harder for everyone to climb out of this post-war limbo.
Kim is just completely ignoring us at this point. He's got some stuff to say.
Oh, come on, man. I just said welcome to Rivachol. It's a lorry driver thing.
That's what they are.
I know exactly what you meant. You think my kind doesn't belong here, that I should watch myself and behave.
I like to imagine that we're just awkwardly standing here and being like, we should probably keep going.
But you see, I'm an officer of the RCN. It's actually my job to make sure you behave. I would advise you to remember that.
Silence. The air between them becomes tense. Your partner needs backup. Now's your moment to shine.
Fucking A, fucking A, Kim. I got you.
Wow. I kind of want to say this, but I feel like Kim's just gonna be like, please, detective, don't.
Maybe.
You do make a cute couple. You know that.
The lieutenant exhales and resumes his regular calmness.
Okay. Kim is not frustrated by us attempting to very awkwardly have his back.
LaCrux says, wait until you meet Measurehead. Oh boy, Measurehead. They say, he isn't just a casual racist, he's a competitive racist. Yeah. I agree with LaCrux.
A competitive racist
Yep.
named Measurehead.
Named Measurehead. Yeah.
Oh dear.
Whatever you say, officers.
Could ask him if this is his mug.
Is this your mug? Were you at the crime scene?
Is this your mug?
Oh man, that's great. Look at that guy go. Haven't seen anything that funny in a while. God damn. Thanks for that, but no, it's not mine.
Yeah, I don't want your cigarettes. Goodbye.
You don't want I don't want your dirty cigarettes.
Okay, we got Big Man and we got dangling over a roof man.
You know, he's got a little beret on. He's like, you know,
Yeah.
maybe a bit autistic.
Scab? What did he just call you? Oh no, not this again. Away from that fucking kid.
You just got away from that fucking
Just got away from that kid. I'm not a scab, I'm a cop.
I was just messing with you. No one's ever seen a cop scab. Imagine, you cops going on a strike, but then another cop comes in and says, let us cop for less money. Speaking of, what brings the RCM here? To the Wild North? Come to see the strife?
You're the man. Hey, you're the man in boots at the gates who said you know about the armor. Past the gates and speak with your boss. A bit short on money. Oh. Yeah, what's that?
The little boy had a good on his promise.
Promise?
To get me into trouble. He sicked the pigs on me. Pardon the choice of words. Not mine.
What happened?
Okay, side note. I see your name is listed as Call Me Manana.
Yes.
Is your full name Call Me Manana? Or do you want us to refer to you by Manana?
I want to say it comes up, actually.
Or is it Manana? Might be Manana.
We should
I
probably
was
hear
asked
him
to look
say
into
it.
that armor situation. Official Union probe, you know. Track it down, see who took it.
Did you?
At first I thought, why not? Maybe the pieces can feed the strike. Buy us a few more days under the sun, you know? So I went to this boy. He said he'll make me his prison bitch. He's got eyes everywhere and the cops in his pocket and he's the king of Jamrock.
Yeah, it sounds like Kuno.
That sounds like
Serves me
Kuno.
right for doing menial footwork. I dropped that probe right then and there, and it still got me into trouble. One bad move is all it takes.
What'd you learn?
I learned that people don't want to talk to a drunk Union man about some armor.
They probably don't want to talk to a hungover cop about some armor either.
What else?
Not much. Technical stuff mostly. That was the interesting part. It's a minor nuisance. It's all good.
He thinks, not yet. Better to get this business out of the way. Sweeter then.
Okay.
I did some research into this armadura. Let's say I have friends at the library. I didn't get into the material science, just how it comes off.
How does it come off?
In parts. 4 in total. The helmet was the first to go. The kid says he tore it off and kicked it into the sea. I believe him. The boots were still on the guy last I saw. Too hard to remove.
Alright, we still need to do an autopsy.
Oh yeah, I forgot about
So,
that.
as I count, there are 2 parts missing. The gauntlets and the cuirass. This is where I left off. Too much hassle. More like a job for some militia.
What about
Oh,
the
they're
leggings?
just gone. They don't exist anymore, if they ever did at all. Forget about them. I did.
I mean, I
gonna
think
do?
we can probably track down at least one of them, right?
Probably.
Nice and balanced. Some junior officers can take care of the rest.
Smart choice. It's only that one spot you need armored too. The one the bullet hits. Good luck if you go for the
Ominous
boots,
sentence.
You'd have an easier time wresting the spurs off a boyadero than getting them off him.
Thank you
No
for your
problem.
cooperation.
If you see that kid, thank him from Call Me Mañana. Thank him for showing me
Mañana.
the way.
He is sincerely grateful he is not tracking down pieces of armor right now.
Do you need to talk to your boss?
Oh. Good, good. What matters do you want to discuss with Everard?
There's a dead man on the other
Yeah.
side of this building.
Only the body.
Everard's got a lot of knowledge about a lot of things, eh? Doesn't often dole it out, though. But sure, why not?
Mean you can let me through the gate? Why do I get the feeling the answer is no?
I don't operate in that capacity. I'm not a granter of passage. The passage grants itself. I walk right past Measurehead and go in.
Oh boy, Measurehead.
Yeah, the 2.5 meter tall Semini supremacist there. Walk right past him,
Ah.
then press the button to unlock the door. Then go past him again. And you enter the arbor through the office. Está.
Easy! Easy as pie.
Don't worry, I'm sure it's not completely impossible. For example, you could best Measurehead in a physical confrontation.
Oh. Oh, honey, I did not take the physical the physical build.
Or you could convert to a Semini supremacist worldview. Or, maybe it actually is completely impossible.
Anyone here bested him in a physical
Not yet, no.
confrontation?
He's incredibly strong.
Yeah.
Nothing a couple of solid hooks from Dexter and Sinister won't fix.
I'm sorry, are our fists named Dexter and Sinister?
Yes. Well, they are now, anyway.
Sure.
So, tell me about the strike.
You know, serious business. I'm sure the big boss will be glad to tell you. You'll have to ask him first.
He's a chatty guy. Wants to talk about the strike. Return once you've met the union boss and are on a better footing with the organization.
Okay. Okay, and Kuno mentioned that we can get into the harbor from his little jump off
Just
building.
avoid Measurehead entirely.
It is an option.
It is an option.
There's some change on the floor.
You can't pass up change.
I need that.
Bastards! We have a right to work! Hold up and stay frosty, everyone. Cops are here.
You here to fuck with us? Beat the honest worker down.
Now I'm here to investigate murder.
Good. We're fighting for a cause here.
Right to work! Right to work!
Besides, we're not that different. It helps if people see us talking, cops and strikebreakers together. Shows authorities are on our side. Builds confidence.
Now I have more like murder investigation questions to ask you, less strike breaking questions to ask.
Maybe you should ask them the questions, like why we're not allowed to make a living here.
Shame on you!
We have families to feed, you piece of shit.
So do we, Scott.
Honest men and women with rights to work, to be useful, not toys for corporate interests.
Graying military haircut.
We came here to help the harbor run smoothly in time of crisis. If union fucks don't want work, they ought to let in those who do want work.
Got another person with kind of a vaguely ex-military sort of appearance.
I have a question. Why do all these men follow your leadership?
You think they follow because I'm big and loud? No. They follow the rules of the market, the rules of the economy, because they were given a job to do!
There's something about this man that's really, like, sticking with me. I'm not sure what it is.
Interesting.
We were promised work. We'd be in there, working, if the bastards hadn't shut the gates. Main gate's locked. Would take heavy ordnance to bust it open. Could try to get in through the secretary's office. Door's locked. The guards blocking the way to the access panel. And I don't mean the scrawny mess punk either. I mean head measurer. Whatever he is. Huge Seminese guy standing up there on the overhead passage. Won't let anyone by. The access panel is right behind him. Bad. Standing on a narrow bridge, he's got a strategically advantageous position. And he's trained.
Okay, this guy is definitely ex-military. Like, you do not talk like that unless you have had some amount of training or really into war games.
I don't know how the Union has a trained killer up there. But that one's no joke. And my men are tired and hungry. They're workers, not fighters. Like civilized folk, you mean? These native fucks don't understand civilized.
Okay, it looks like we got racist people on the bottom and the top. Great.
It would be better.
You'll find
to move
racists
on if you
everywhere,
want to.
really.
At least for now. If you can't get in anyway.
No! They will give up eventually. Or get drunk. Leave the button unguarded. Then we charge. Have fun. Union shits are on full strike. Don't think they're going to let you through the gates. Why you want to meet that fat asshole?
Interviewing people about a murder.
I know nothing about a murder.
The mention of a killing sends a barely noticeable shiver of tenseness through him. Interesting.
Absolutely
Wouldn't put it
nothing.
past these harbor bugs. They'd do anything to stay alive. Right to work! It's shameful. Cops doing nothing. You should bring backup. Open up the gates for us. Blockading gainful employment for workers is a crime.
I don't think we're getting any backup. They didn't seem too thrilled when I called them the last time. I don't think they're gonna be too thrilled to ask for me to help break up a strike. So that is not on the table there, sir. Really isn't my
We are
area
not
of
picking a
expertise.
side in this just yet, sir.
Pity. Let us work!
Okay. Looks like we've got a breakthrough on
Lonesome, long way home. Here we go. Home awaits. Walk past Station 41 and through the market, past the Boogie Street spearhead to the other side of the lake, the frozen eye at the center of the district. Then, past the video rental store on the corner. There, at the end of a street lined with pine trees, a small house no larger than a matchbox. 11 Voyager Road. You no longer live there. Those times are gone. And so are those people. Why did you come here? Why are you still here? And where's the dealer? You have to get back to work. That's all you have now.
Okay. We've got some obviously like abstract descriptions of stuff like house no larger than a matchbox. It's obviously tiny, but like we don't live there anymore, but it was important. And then you have this whole picture.
Yes.
I don't even know where to begin with this. With this.
There's quite a bit going
Yeah.
on there.
How fascinating.
I do personally read the "you no longer live there" as being like, it might be still your home, but you basically don't live there anymore. You live at
Okay.
work, or you live on the street in a car, for example. Like not like literally you have to,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
that's become like your character's entire life.
Yeah. Okay, follow.
It's not a home anymore, and that's my interpretation. That doesn't have to be your interpretation, but that's what I got from that.
That makes sense. So we gained a learning cap for perception raised to 5. Speed gives 1 psyche. Interesting.
Now you can pick a new thing to think about.
Well, I mean, obviously we gotta think about
Aces
aces high.
Sounds good.
Okay. Artwork reminds me of Postal 1's art. Surreal. Definitely is surreal.
For sure.
Now they store booze.
A lorry stuck in the traffic jam. This big, heavy Grad-made machine is well kept for such an old machine. The windows are clear. They've been recently washed. You can see a lorryman's cabin with personal belongings, stickers, insignia. The driver has adorned his space with a substantial collection of peculiar paraphernalia. Proclamations about honor, strength, and purity are glued to various panels. The back end of the cabin has a small perch to sleep, large ashtrays. There are several suns and wheels sewn into the curtains.
Racist nationalist paraphernalia. Not unusual in this part of town. This is our guy.
Ah, okay.
And the one driver who was an asshole.
Yeah. I think this is long short enough, guy. Got something over here. It's like a whole nother section of space to explore.
It's a pretty large map.
Got a box. Contains a
It contains a tank top. Maybe that might help with your jump. I don't remember.
yeah.
Does jump use physical instrument?
Old
Probably does.
monument stands
Probably.
in the middle of the traffic island, pointing toward the sea. It looks as if it's been reassembled piece by piece, secured and mounted in the air with the aid of numerous ropes and rods. A silver plaque on the statue's pedestal reads, "I am Philip III, the Squanderer, the greatest of the Philippian kings of Revachol, son of Philip II, the opulent, father of Philip IV, the insane."
Lots of Phillips.
17% chance to remember about Philip III.
What did he do? You have no idea what you did a week ago. How would you know what this guy did many centuries ago?
Rolled a 5.
Ooh. Oof.
High above you, the king stands triumphantly oblivious to your memory trouble.
I feel like this is just stealing.
No,
this,
they're not
but,
using it.
you
They're
know.
not using it. It's fine.
The small,
only $1.50.
wrinkled woman does not greet you. She nods along to something on her radio. A photograph is clutched in her hands, and there is a warm smile on her face.
Hail driver.
It's the warmth of a winter night's fire. Maybe she could give you comfort and shelter, some cigarettes, and food money. Maybe she's your
Grandma.
nothing. Her smile just keeps widening. Her hair is grey like lead. No, this one is a monster in disguise.
Excuse me, ma'am?
No response. Wherever this woman is, your words fail to reach her.
Ma'am?
Wait. She's just a distracted old woman. Better to leave her alone. Why? I just told you why.
Oh, okay, Kim. We will not disturb the elderly.
Kim's just like, I really doubt the old lady has anything to say about the murder.
I guess we're not going that way.
Yeah. So what you want to do? You want to try talking to Measurehead? You want to, like, do
We
that
really need to
autopsy?
do that autopsy.
What time is it? 15:16. It's military time, so
Yeah.
that's...
3:16.
Oh boy.
Okay, Kim.
You probably have some time!
Okay, Kim, we've spent enough time.
The rotting man lies on his side with his eyes looking straight through you. The belt is still around his neck. His body is supine and open to intrusion by autopsy. The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
Tell me something, dead man. What exactly is a field autopsy?
Come on, officer. You know what a field autopsy is. You've done 100 of them.
Talk to me like I'm stupid, though. Pretend I don't know. Not that I do, I definitely know.
I love that clap your gloved hands, because we have gloves on.
Yes.
There truly is a time for everything, even for yellow gardening gloves. However, they are lacking hygienically. I suggest you get in there in limited capacity.
What do you mean, Kim?
I mean when I need you to. Until then, I should handle physical contact, and you should take notes.
Okay, got it.
You take the
right.
notes.
Leveled up again.
Oh, good.
You knew it because you inspected your ledger. The lieutenant is relieved you know the protocol.
Okay.
The dead man stares in silence as you crack open the ledger. The bright red paper is covered in boxes and lists, describing the condition of his skin and organs in 3 parts. Above those, an 11-field info form needs filling out first. It begins with,
That's
one
you.
assistant. Only the first question, I don't know the answer.
Just leave it empty, officer.
the corpse lies there, indifferent to your retrograde amnesia. The next box says,
Coroner's case number.
KK57-0803.0815.
I'd love to
Next.
know
Yeah.
what goes through Kim's head during the entirety of this game.
Yeah.
You know, just
NA. Next.
Yeah.
NA. Roughly 50.
the corpse looks ageless, like meat on a hook. Teeming with opportunistic microorganisms, letting out a foul-smelling diamine compound. Your eyes turn watery.
LeCrux says you use your special gardening gloves to write stuff down while I do the actual work. Exactly.
Accurate.
Mondial.
The pudgy mess of curdled meat looks neither mondial nor anything other.
Fucky!
Male.
I'm just going to ignore her.
Just ignore her.
Pigs can have sex.
Nor does he look male, with his pregnant belly and indistinguishable face.
We're still going with March 4th, 51.
Okay.
What else? 9. Body identified by is non-applicable. 10. Case number is the same as the coroner's case.
KK 57 0503 0815 listens motionless, with the cargo belt still around his neck. Only one box remains.
None. At least not after the initial examination.
A strange word. Treatment.
What exactly is treatment in this context, Kim?
Interfering with the body's position or wounds post-mortem.
I mean, there's quite a lot of Kuno throwing rocks at it. We're
This
not
is
going to
true.
count that?
How did you not know that? Aren't you a cop? You're leaving a weak impression here. Say something sure-handed.
Like, Kuno? We're just not going to mark down about Kuno.
A silent nod. The lieutenant places his gloved hand on the corpse's chest, as if in preparation. Your central nervous system recognizes this gesture. It's the stations of the breath. Ecclesiastic, religious in nature, a holdout from pre-DeLorean burial rites. It takes him 2 seconds to perform. Then,
How's Mantis' drug addiction arc?
Currently non-existent.
Still no drugs.
somewhere in Jamrock North, a small wood shed behind Rosencrantz
It's not going to stop
Road,
us from hallucinating,
Lieutenant
though.
Nick Folleback puts his hand to the chest of a small corpse, no larger than a monkey. It's raining outside, light drizzle. There is darkness in the shed. Elsewhere yet, an obese female sits in a wicker chair, her silhouette bull-like against the window. Outside, Grand Coudon. The day is turning dim for Sergeant Mac Dawson. Hand extended, he approaches, to make sure she is dead more than anything else.
Has she tried meth yet?
No, she's not tried meth yet.
Got a pocket full of magnesium, though.
The building
Is that close
is
enough?
7 stories.
Starts with
wind
M.
wrapped in solitude. Most of the apartments are unoccupied. This was a suicide. The other, an accident. The small one.
The actually ties into hallucination. The voice is real.
I believe that.
The voice is real, just no one else can hear them.
Yeah, it's only
And
your
so,
detective.
all across Jamrock,
He's
Coal
special like
City,
that.
GRIH. 42 deceased persons found today. 42 stations of breath.
We should start the post-mortem.
The corpse
Interesting.
cannot feel Kim's hand on his chest. It no longer meaningfully interacts with its surroundings. A thicket of boxes and lists on red copier paper tries to answer why.
I love that just constantly they try to remove the dead man's boots.
Apothecary thinks you should try meth.
Close.
Perhaps if we
The
find
deceased
meth.
wear armored
Yeah.
boots and white briefs. The make of the briefs is Babrodine, I think. Let's see.
See, it's happening.
Babrodine, yes. Inexpensive. Size M. Color white.
The disappointment is palpable. The red-haired thing was expecting something more lurid.
The rest of the clothes have been removed post-mortem by scavengers in order to get to the victim's ceramic armor. Officers are in search of the missing pieces. Removal of the boots is left for processing.
Am I going to get that?
Tattoos. The upper torso is covered in a single, continuous tattoo, resembling a map of the night sky. It reaches from the right shoulder to the heart. The ink is blue and white. The assistant has a color photograph of the markings, to be added to the case files as document A1. The photo is taken on the scene, using a Trigat Mini. The deceased has a cargo lashing belt around his neck, tied with a hangman's knot. Color yellow. Length 3 meters. There is a buckle on the other end. Well-nourished, athletically built, measuring 1.8 meters. Generally consistent with age, about 50. Preservation is good. Ambient temperature, below freezing.
I kind of wish there was a little animation of you, writing on your ledger. Canonically talks in texting linguistics.
I'm gonna say yes.
Body hair is light brown. Distribution is consistent with age. The deceased had male pattern baldness. Hair is combed back, short.
If you listen closely, you can hear Kuno say emojis somehow.
Should we touch
Text emojis only?
Yeah. Emoticons.
Emoticons, that's what they're called.
Should we touch the corpse's hair? Or just let Kim work?
Maybe get a hand in there. Who knows?
The hair under your latex fingers feels cold to touch, wet.
Just gonna write
Lividity
that down.
is consistent with hanging. The head is congested. Contusions are present on the head, chest, and thighs. Consistent with stones thrown post-mortem. Low velocity.
Fucking low velocity? You think Kuno doesn't know what you're talking about? Velocity was fucking max. Talking shit about Kuno's velocity.
In addition, there are bite marks on the face, scalp, and chest. Consistent with predation.
Meant for high velocity? How effed up can you make this autopsy report?
You can make it pretty fucked up.
Ligature mark. The steel wiring. There's too much of it. We need to remove the belt so we can get to the ligature mark.
You got just the right tool for that. The chain cutters.
Chop, chop. Don't worry. There will not be any problems with me putting this near anyone's neck.
Yeah.
He's already dead, right? It's fine.
Always good to think ahead. Now, we need to cut the belt to see the ligature mark below. Carefully, with as much precision as you can.
You're making me nervous there, Kim.
My dig is gonna fuck his head off.
No, he ain't. Your pig's a boring fuck.
Oh no. It's physical instrument, huh?
Oh, it's a little over a 50-50.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
Do you want to... You have 3 skill
I
points?
do have 3 skill points. I could put a point into physical instrument.
How brain-rotted is Kuno? Do you think he calls himself a Sigma? Yes.
Kuno is extremely brain-rotted.
Exceptionally. The most rot.
The most rot. Okay, 72% chance. Let's go.
That's a lot better.
After some deliberation, you sink the cutters into the knot tying the belt together. You squeeze the rubber handles together, sweat forming on your brow.
I'd like to say, after some deliberation and putting a skill point into it.
And putting a skill.
It's almost a 6 in 10 chance.
Yes.
I prefer that 7 in 10 chance, though.
Snap. The knot is slashed. Another cut and the belt falls apart like a flower bouquet, revealing the dead man's neck and the dark red ligature mark around it.
The rope rises to a point, leaving a gap in the ligature mark. The suspension point is in the back of the neck.
as it ought to. This is where its grip on the curdled meat is gentlest, pulling up.
Hemorrhaging is observed on the skin, above and below the ligature mark. The mark is well pronounced, consistent with a drop from 1 or 1.5 meters. Chest is intact, normal contour. Abdomen is protuberant, pelvis intact, genitalia...
No, skip it.
Yes.
Now, let's get out and see.
I fucking knew it!
This is clearly what they've been waiting for, ever since the autopsy began. The lieutenant is trying to make it as boring as possible.
Genitalia is male and unremarkable. No evidence of injury.
I feel like I'm going to ask this, and Kim is going to give me such a look.
Ah yes, your hunch before. We can have a semen analysis requested from processing, if that's what you meant.
Yes. Science, that's what I meant.
Just write down that we request an analysis.
The corpse with his pants down does not have an opinion on the subject. All he has is genitals and a deathly odor.
Write that
Back
down.
is symmetrical and intact. Upper and lower extremities are intact, but asymmetrical. There are combat injuries on the right hand, thigh, and hip.
Bullets have bitten little pieces out of him. It must have been excruciating, especially the hip. Before you is a temple of pain that knew little tenderness.
How many inches, though? Wait, what do you mean unremarkable?
In addition, I see smaller, residual scars, too numerous to count, covering about 30% of his skin.
Like small. Apothecary has thoughts.
Apothecary has thoughts, and Kim is not going to entertain any of them.
We have a real museum here. Of battles, wars. Last item. Hands.
Should we pick up the hand for Kim or let him work?
If you want my opinion, I suggest helping. But, you know.
His flesh is cold, icy.
Pleased to meet you. Where are you from and what's your name?
I'm from what the...
I'm only fucking with you. I know where you're from. From Cappadocia. And your name is Il Corbo. What can I do you for, Il Corbo de Cappadocia?
Is your soul mine? Tell me, are you a temple of pain and a stranger to tenderness?
You get me, Kobo. I feel like you were once for tenderness and kisses yourself, but then shit went south and now you're ahead of even me on the pain front. We should do this more often. Be close like this, I mean.
Hands are clean. No sign of injury from struggling.
Were we expecting any?
I was. Maybe I'm just not seeing them. Honestly, this stench is making it hard for me to think at the moment.
Valid.
Ooh. That's all for the external. Well done. What next?
Poor Kim is suffering right now.
Kim, do you need a minute? Because we're about to go for internal examination.
Central nervous system. I have nothing. Do you have anything on this man's central nervous system?
You don't even have a joke.
Ouch.
Oh.
Conceptualization is
That was so mean.
Yeah.
Musculoskeletal. Purge fluid is coming from the mouth. Not injury related. Eyes and tongue protuberant. Hyoid bone. Let's see.
With his eyes almost closed, the lieutenant puts his hand on the dead man's throat and begins to massage it, gently. A rotting smell erupts from the mouth. Purge fluid runs down his lips, black and viscous.
Yeah, jack that fucker off!
The hyoid bone is fractured. The rest of the musculoskeletal system is intact. Unremarkable. Respiratory system.
Let's try open the dead man's jaw as he stops to exert more force. Both hands are used.
Oral cavity shows no lesions. The victim has received dental implants, possibly after a combat wound. Mouth swollen. Hemorrhaging present in mucosa of the lips and mouth.
From here, it looks as though the clown-faced man is screaming. The tendons of his jaw are torn apart. Hyoid ripped from the force of the lieutenant's hands.
Now, this is a bad idea.
No scream, no sigh of relief rises from the darkness inside. It's humid there. Sickly sweet air, unlike anything living. You feel like throwing up. Straight in that mouth.
Yeah, that was a bad idea.
No, you don't. You can keep it in. You can keep anything in.
You have an option to look deeper inside. I'm not sure that's...
You can keep anything in.
Yeah, okay.
You can handle it.
Pain threshold's got a
You
point.
manage to suppress the contractions trying to enter your stomach. All it takes is concentration. Through it, you see nothing but darkness. More meat and darkness.
There are ancient mysteries down there, Kobo. Ask me later.
Inland Empire, you feeling okay?
Hemorrhaging present in mucus. Hepatobiliary. NA. Are you a hepatobiliary expert?
I don't think so.
Neither am I. That's it. Same for toxicology and serology. NA. Cardiovascular. The body exhibits heavy lividity. Blood has gathered in the hands, feet, and neck. Hypostasis is visually consistent with the hanging.
Just. Are you?
You're still laughing
Are
about
you an
it.
expert? No. Well, neither am I.
Gastrointestinal.
Last field on the list.
Digested semi-solid food in stomach. Voila.
Omit the voila. Keep the voila.
Do you want to omit the voila or keep it in?
Omit the voila.
What's next on the list?
Man, I just want to see what this report would look like if you write down every, every correction, every little, extra thing.
I think I did that once, or did that, on and off on one of them.
Yeah.
Let's see. We have bite marks, contusions on the head and chest, and a ligature mark encircling the neck. You'll need 3 fields. Leave a 4th one too. Head, chest, and scalp bite mark injuries. Predation by birds has caused damage to the body. Odontologist does not need to be consulted. And your opinion, officer?
Fatal injury. Non-fatal postmortem.
Agreed. Next injury. So, the scalp bleeds from a post-mortem head injury, a stone. The injury does not have the rim of an early inflammatory response. The perpetrator on the scene has confessed to causing it post-mortem.
Perpetrator on the scene.
At maximum velocity, fucko!
Has confessed to causing it at maximum velocity.
I will write that one down.
Coagulated blood sticks to his scalp and chest, where the countless stones have hit the dead man. Beneath, the description of injury. 2 boxes.
Non-fatal post-mortem.
Right. Next.
What's the 4th injury field for?
Nothing. Just in case.
Okay.
A dark red abraded ligature mark encircling the neck, with a gap on the nape measuring, let's say, 7 centimeters. The hyoid bone is fractured, the cervical column intact. I see hemorrhaging on the skin, above and below the ligature mark. Depth of the mark, 1 centimeter. No signs of clawing on the neck.
Below the note, 2 customary boxes wait to be ticked. The man's head jerks to the side. The ring around his neck is visible.
Oh, Apothecary said, velocity makes me think I could calculate from a physics perspective. You probably could. Okay, here's like the thing. I do find it interesting. Like, opinion, fatal injury. The non-fatal post-mortem, not opinion. Interesting. Here's like the thing. There's no... It knows no claw marks around the neck. It's not like he tried to, get, like, the thing off. It's not like he tried to struggle for breath. No signs of, like, fighting, around, like, the nails. Mm-hmm. And if he was dragged here, you'd think he'd be, fending himself off. Trying to break free. We don't have any other indicator of a cause of death, though. But, like, I mean, unless he willingly walked here to be hung, it doesn't make a lot of sense. I suppose he could have been unconscious the whole time. Really gonna make me have to choose between declaring this the fatal injury or going with my theory that there's something else going on.
Well, I mean, I suppose an autopsy could be corrected on either occasion.
But still.
Obviously, I've already played, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to not give you any hints.
I'm gonna go B, because, like, again, my instinct is telling me that if it seems obvious how someone died in a murder game, it never is.
Your experience with playing murder mystery games.
I have played through 3 Sherlock Holmes games.
I think we've played more than 3 Sherlock Holmes games, but yeah.
No, we have played at least 4. Mm-hmm. There's 3 I can distinctly remember.
We've in general played just plenty of murder mystery games, period.
2 of which are on this channel, so I'm going B.
Alright, go for it.
He is deep in thought, eyes fixed on the bright red ring around the dead man's neck.
This is where me and Kim are going to get into arguments late at night.
Possibly.
I can just tell.
Why do you say that?
I don't think that was the injury that killed him.
Okay. Why don't you think it was fatal?
Through the psychic arts of this is not how it works in a murder mystery game.
Yeah. Okay, but like this is a direct thing I could point out.
Yeah, there you go.
Why weren't his hands tied?
Honestly, I'm not sure there weren't marks on his wrist. That part got blurry for me. stench. But you are right, I was ready to call this. Now I think we should leave it empty, at least for the time being.
Yeah, leaving it empty is a good compromise, actually.
Yeah.
Let's wrap this up. I pronounce this field autopsy over.
First, do you have time for a quick survey?
Do you have time for a quick survey,
It
Kim?
was an irregular field autopsy. We did not establish cause of death, which is supposed to be the goal of an autopsy. But, personally, I do not see this as a parameter for success. We requested a test to be run on the genitals. That was the règle. The results should arrive in a couple of weeks if we are lucky. I will not hold my breath.
I tried to comment saying vital but kept getting auto-deleted.
Oh no!
Oh no. It's the voices told me.
That's very... I like that, Apothecary. And Lecrux, I'm sorry?
Yeah, I'm sorry that whatever you were trying to type was getting auto-deleted. Presumably it's violating some moderation thing that YouTube has set up.
We were thorough. with
Or it
the
could just
list
be
of
YouTube
injuries,
being
too.
stupid
We
again.
described them all in detail. What is there to say? Given the circumstances, it was a professional field autopsy.
I guess YouTube's been kind of weird about, like, well, everything lately,
Oh, yeah.
but...
Well done, Master Detective. Maybe a drink is in order?
If it's something about Disco Elysium, it might, have you tried spacing it out? That might
You
work.
could try that. Perhaps the drink is in order. Later.
Now, you see, that worries me. You will die if you drink. You know that, don't you?
You
are
will
proving
die.
a useful detective. The organization would miss you.
Kim's like, if your lips touch any amount of alcohol, you might just expire on the spot. Don't do that.
Please get yourself together. The lieutenant from Precinct 57 thinks.
I need a copy of that autopsy form. Then I will drive him to Faubourg. For processing.
He's thinking, did I miss something?
Oh boy. Oh. +1 didn't establish probable cause. That's interesting. Perception 14. What is our perception? Even.
It's 2. You could level it up, though. Apothecary says, Kim's such a sweetheart. Smash. Kim is a sweetheart.
Yes. He is a sweetheart. I'm gonna put 1 point into perception. Brings it up to a 17.
Well, it's a white check, so you can retry it as long as Kim hasn't taken the body away.
Yeah.
So you have until the end of the day.
Let's
Roll those dice.
let's roll them bones.
You
Nope.
run your hands over the victim's cold body, his limbs, his torso with its swollen organs. Maybe you should be more thorough.
I just like to say, yeah, ow. 9 out of 14. Missed it by quite a bit.
Lecrux says rope equals instant neck break equals instant death. So, no wonder there was no sign of struggle. Fair enough, fair enough.
Okay. Counterpoint. People would have to have gotten him to the rope first. You know?
His fingernails have turned dark. They're chipped and quite long. There is dirt under them. That's all.
Do you think we missed something?
You can't shake the feeling that there are more secrets concealed in the flesh before you.
Sorry we're not seeing. I got a gut feeling there's more to this corpse. I'm gonna say I got a gut feeling.
Okay, well, we are in livor mortis here. He is disintegrating. We need to refrigerate the body if we want to conduct another examination, and we need to do it fast.
He was willing and did it himself.
Entirely possible.
True. Counter argument. Crux the voice in Mantis' head said so.
It would have to be industrial in size. Let's start by asking Gart at the Whirling in Rags and the Fritz store down at the gates. If they don't know, but only all else fails.
If they don't know, I suppose we could talk to the child.
Fuck are you looking at, Beano man? You want a piece of the Kuno? Wanna get fucked?
He's just keeps getting deeper. You're essentially arguing with yourself.
Only if all else fails.
Okay.
This is one task we cannot sideline. With every hour, whatever we are looking for will become harder to find.
Okay, oh boy, okay, let's go, let's go. I don't know why I'm sprinting. Time only progresses when you're in conversations.
Is that true?
Yes.
Oh, that's interesting.
At least that's how the game says it operates. Okay, let's put down a save.
Yes, please, save very often.
Here we are.
Can I help you?
I seem to be in need of a fridge. Here's your trash key
Thanks.
back.
I hope you found what you were looking for. How strange. I certainly didn't put them there.
If you were sleepwalking or in a fugue state.
The Crux says, still haven't gotten the legendary bottle bag, by the way. Lol.
Where?
Yes! Yeah, I know, right?
Where is this bag?
You'll find it.
Sylvie had the keys before I got here, and I can vouch for her. I can vouch for all my stuff. None of us would tamper with the crime scene. The trash collection service, CS Municipal. I don't see why they would put anything in the trash, though.
Ah, the elusive CS Municipal. I doubt we'll be able to track down who was sent here last and when. This will have to be one of those little threats that solves itself down the road.
On Clinton Street, near the Boogie Street Diamond, a small truck rattles down
Let's
the
get this
alleyway.
bag, gamers.
It stops by a rusted trash container. Two men, their faces rough and swollen, jump out. They look at the container despondently. CSM is written on their backs.
Cherry says they call me a gamer the way I be gay.
We all be gamers.
Yeah,
Thank you anyway.
we're all gamers here.
Yes.
Your next thing should just be find bag they keep talking about.
So, question? Can we use your fridge?
Yes, yes. For the dead body. You want to put a dead corpse into my fridge, right?
Yeah, that's the gist of it.
Well, I have a fridge, and you're not putting it here.
Okay, but can we put body in fridge, please?
Because this is a culinary establishment, not a morgue. I can't believe you even asked me.
It would only be for...
Lieutenant, you too? You're asking too? No, the answer is no. I will not turn this place into some kind of macabre circus.
Wow. Turned the lieutenant off like he was a busted old radio. He really is the lord of his realm.
Let's go talk to the Frit clerk.
I don't know if you read it, but Frit there's this little shop down
Yeah.
the way. That's what that is.
I have not encountered.
Well, it's not that far away. It's literally just outside.
Oh, is it the
There's like a little shop next to that racist lorry driver.
over there?
Yeah.
I don't think I spotted that, no. Oh.
At least that should be if
What's
my
that?
memory is correct.
You see several packaged raincoats fill a low shelf beneath a
Buy a
display of croissants
raincoat.
and juice bottles. The raincoats are transparent, except for the big Fritta slogan on the back.
Oh, Apothecary, you had missed them. There's this racist lorry driver that's right outside this place, and he was an asshole.
Sexual harassment based on gloves. I'm telling you, it's disco time.
What is what? It's a raincoat. If you want to buy one, then it's only 4 real.
I do not. I mean, I have 4 real, but I need that.
You should not maybe spend that.
Okay.
Or maybe you should spend that on a nice new
Welcome to
raincoat.
Frit. Feel free to look around or something. Everything is out on the shelves.
What's that magazine she's reading?
Oh,
I don't know. Frit?
why is it written with 3
I
T's?
think they think that the extra T makes it funkier. It doesn't. You mean this? This is Pop Stars. It's got, like, famous people in it. It's not for sale.
Looks like it also has something called Police de la Mode, featured on page 34. This speaks to you.
Yep, it's disco time. Homo smirk.
Very futuristic. Taps on the girls kissing. Approve of the sapphic cover. Forget fashion police feature.
I'm gonna say number 2.
You
She
get
pops
comment
her
on
raspberry-flavored bubblegum
the
and
sapphic
nods.
couple on the cover.
Yes.
The lieutenant frowns at you before turning to the clerk with an apologetic half smile.
Oh, Kim, sweetie.
Kim's just like, please forgive.
Please shut up. Forgive him, okay.
Okay. I'm not really supposed to be chatting to anyone, but...
Do you have a fridge?
Right behind you.
Right, this is a fridge. Okay, we need a fridge to store a corpse.
You're joking, right?
Measure the fridge with your... Never mind.
Yeah, super funny. I don't really know anything. I mean, I know it's there, but I haven't seen it, so... Not really.
Does mean you knew him a little.
No. I didn't know him at all. I don't know, really long. I don't know.
No need to worry. It's just standard procedure for us to ask around. If you hear anything, let us know, okay?
This poor clerk.
Okay. Uh-huh.
You're gonna need a way bigger fridge than that, by the looks of it.
This must be the fridge. Question.
The tear machine stands in the corner.
No, this is not
A
a
sign
fridge.
says 1 bottle equals 10 cents.
That must be the fridge they're referring to.
It's either that or that counter one right there.
Yeah.
That's under the text bar.
Oh, that's the tear machine. It's a machine for tear. You know, you find tear outside, like bottles or whatever, and put it in the machine, then it gives you money.
Ah, yes.
You need a
Money.
bag, I guess. We used to have some, but we gave them all out, so... Feel free to use it if you find a bag, though. I'm sure there are some out there. Somewhere.
You have to find the bag. The bag!
He's not that big, he's just big boned.
Yes.
Okay. There's a bag around here somewhere. People keep telling me to find the bag.
This Post Levantorie mail collection box has been heavily vandalized with graffito. A closer inspection reveals 2 bullet holes in the front.
Well,
You can pat it.
pat the box.
Oh.
Good box.
The box seems happy.
Oh.
Eat shit, pig. Fucked by the coon. And St. G with a crown have been scribbled on it. Jenny is a whore. And best set mailbox also.
Well, I said there was graffiti on it.
I feel your mail collection box.
The mail collection box seems cathartic.
Aw.
Thankfully then, so do you. You shudder. Then you swallow.
Healed a morale for that.
And then suddenly, you see it. Over all the other graffitos, someone has, using the tip of a very sharp knife, cut the words, Revachol forever.
Hmm. We got another place down that way. I remember there's a sign over here. Like a little, like, column.
An old call box with a matrix of push buttons lists all the companies in the East Delta Commerce Center.
Okay, main hall, building A, Andro, Orlando Hair, art, pep, boxing, 24-hour window, Emma's Fashion, Altair, Fabron's Taxi, Slipstream, Fortress Accent, Revachol, Ice City, hey, that might be somewhere with a big fridge, Whirly and Rags, East Delta Pinball.
Silence. No one answers the doorbell.
It's been kind of fill the boards.
I mean, that's just kind of, that's just kind of this area in general, though. Hey, Kim, we can you get in there? There might be a fridge in there, Kim.
Maybe there's another shop that has a fridge.
I'm thinking
Books.
we're at a bookshop. Book about that day. Read the author's name. Okay.
The government reads your mind using radio technology.
Hello, sir. Step right in. The store is open.
I am.
Are you interested in a new and exciting book? It's a bookstore, sir. We sell books, postcards, and some board games. It's called Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People.
I'm sorry, the name of your shop is Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People?
Whoa.
Yes.
Whoa. Hold your horses, little girl.
Oh!
If you look in the window, that's literally what the name of the shop is, yes.
Encyclopedia has been completely overwhelmed here.
Can't take much more of this.
What's a board game?
Board games are like little games on a table, made to pass the time. There are several different ones, but sailors here mostly buy cards.
And what is a card?
A postcard is a small cardboard picture. You can write a few words on the other side and send it to your friend or beloved.
I'm sorry, I'm just...
She is unfazed by your questions. She would consider it impolite to point out any perceived weirdness.
I think it'd be so.
I think that should pause time.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I think it'd be so funny if Kim is just like, we've got to find a fridge. We still need to talk to Evart. We still need to talk to Wild Pines. It's currently probably at least 4 o'clock.
Yep.
I need to drive this fucking body if we're not gonna refrigerate.
If we can't find a fridge.
And he's asking about board games and postcards to the local child.
Yeah. Yada versus Kim in a board game.
Yes.
If we get the chance. So, what are books?
That is a book. They have stories inside them. It's like someone told you a story in a really long letter.
Interesting, yes.
My pleasure. Anything else you'd like to know? Okay, sir. I'll try to answer any questions you have. I hope they're about books.
You would happen to know a good fridge, would you?
A fridge?
Like a real big fridge.
You mean like the Ice Bear fridge? Man, that's scary.
Yes, where is the Ice Bear fridge?
Ice Bear fridge?
It's the Ice Bear fridge.
Yes, like a bear, but white. There's a fridge below the building in the basement, with red glowing eyes. I went back there once, behind the bookstore.
Aha, Kim. Like, we got a fridge, Kim.
Mum doesn't want me to go there anymore. Not that I want to. It was pretty scary.
Down there?
And there's a big fridge.
And there's a big fridge. Don't lie to me, little girl.
One more thing. How do I get in there?
That's a problem. The only way in is through the bookstore, but my mum is pretty strict about not letting anyone in.
Don't worry. I am the law here.
I don't know. You're a policeman. Maybe you can convince her somehow. Anyway.
What's your name?
My name is Annette, sir. My mum, her name is Plaisance. She owns the store. She's inside minding the register or organising the stock. Feel free to step in and browse our wares.
Doesn't know what books or coins are. Thought your detective just had amnesia, not total brain damage.
I'm signalling that the store is open. Otherwise,
They can
people
have
might
both.
not know. They miss out on the crime, romance, and biographies of famous people.
I'd like to say, you have total retrograde amnesia. It's a miracle you can speak at all.
A sudden gush of wind turns the pages of the books on the counters. She covers her face, smiling, but she's cold.
Poor thing. That's how I played my detective. I was just like, he knows nothing. He has been thrown in here to the wolves. He's like very confused right now.
Kind of you to offer, sir.
What could you do to help her anyway?
Oh no,
to
sir.
her
I'm
mother?
happy to help Mum by luring in customers. Besides, I have some hot juice in my vacuum bottle to keep warm.
Didn't you be at school? Do they have school here, Kim?
I do my studies at home.
School
at the moment.
exists.
I have to help Mum keep this place running.
Going to school more important? School is stupid. You're like, what is school?
Oh, my old schule house.
Mum says it's necessary to do both because it builds character. Mum says a proper worker is dutiful. That's how you get ahead in life. You succeed.
How's that going?
Mum says it's peachy. She was a little afraid at first. There's talk about this house being cursed.
Behind her, the window has been boarded up. You sense the boards creaking, twisting for a second, and some kind of doubt in her tense shoulders.
Good to hear it's going well.
Cursed in the way that makes them say that no business has ever really thrived here, sir. That they all go... Exactly. But we've been doing fine so far.
I should probably look into this curse business.
We can go into the bookstore and ask about the case. but I don't see much more to look into here.
What about
Yes,
fridge, Kim?
please do look at
Yeah,
where's
Kim,
inside.
we need
The postcards
fridge,
and
and while
board
we're
games
at
you
it,
asked
might as
about are
well deal
also
with the
there,
curse.
sir.
I just want you to know how hard it is to not say things all the time.
It does not manifest itself in any way. It does not exist. I liked it better when we were talking about whether it's appropriate to stand out in the freezing weather.
But Kim, the plasmic manifestation!
I'll show you, Kim.
Anything else you wanted to talk about, sir? Nothing really, sir. Mum doesn't allow me to sneak around in the back rooms or the cellar. I don't really know what's there.
Okay.
Maybe I can tell you about some of our books instead.
Well, we will talk later. I have business to attend to. We are on a clock.
It's okay, she'll be out here in the cold.
Okay. Some points of interest to look at. Sports magazines.
But we're on the clock.
Oh,
But it's okay.
time's paused. It's fine. Yep, that looks pretty cursed, not gonna lie. Fascist magic?
It's a tome of fascist magic. I never want to hear the words fascist next to the word magic. It does not belong to them.
Several maps have been attached to a bulletin board hidden inside the alcove. They're held up by small pins. The board has come loose from one corner. The maps look old and faded. Your eye catches a map of Insulinda, a map of Revachol, and a map of Martinez. This large map displays archipelagos. You see a constellation of small dots on the light blue emptiness of the Insulindic Ocean. The largest in the northeast is La Caillou. You are here. Another far away in the southwest, Seminese Islands, Ile de Fantôme. Ozon, Laurentide, Fas à la Mer, Archipelagos, North Arcade Islands, all just specks of dust on the vastness of the Insulindic. On the edges of the map, the color fades into a blur of dotted lines, black and white.
Ask about board games then versus Kim.
In the northeast, a dust mite stands on the north coast of Caillou in a bookstore. It's you. Radiating outwards from you, the suzerain Revachol.
Kim would be good at board
with a radius
games.
of 80 kilometers.
Yeah, he probably
Still,
would.
the crown jewel of this Isola would be barely visible.
You should try doing that.
You can, on Caillou, Revachol, a single black star, on Ozon, Fondelier, and Vilmandu, on archipelagos, Croyan Moran, Villiers, on Seminine, Olduvai, and on Laurentide, Deora of the Seven Seas. Lost little pearls of light, tiny fires in the dark. The ocean breaks apart into a tangle of cosines and azimuths, all pointing into pale nothingness. Windy is the north azimuth. Grad is the northeast azimuth. Samara is the east azimuth. Seol is the west azimuth. Isolas, they're called. Connections to other worlds. Words past the Insulindian, unknown to you. You only know you've never been there. You have little idea what they are. Distant stars, gods, but looking at them makes you feel almost non-existent. Whatever they are, the Isolas are immeasurably large compared to you, and very, very far away.
7 compared to 17.
Perhaps they are gods. Gods of distance and outer dust.
Well, it says impossible, so it was a pretty hard roll to make.
It's not really a map. It's a tourist thing. A picture postcard with buildings on it, drawn from an isometric perspective. A date in the upper right corner says 48. Still, it's detailed. Could be pretty useful for scouting ahead. You see the jagged boxes of an industrial harbor, even the whirling in rags there.
Sorta.
I'm sorry, officer. The map of Martinez is the only one available. The other two are not for sale anymore. And besides, you could scarcely afford them.
She can just tell that by looking at you. She looked up and down.
They might not be it. The map of Martinez is 90 cents, though. That old thing. It's an out-of-date map of a tourist location that never was nor came to be. From when some design studio people tried to spruce the place up 4 or 5 years ago. They also renovated the horse statue, set up those coin-operated viewers, and designed the new street lamps. They didn't get that far, for some reason. A shame the project never got going. Would be nice if someone fixed Martinez up. All these ruins are bad for business.
You could try to steal it if you wanted to.
I don't think we're gonna try and steal it. Basically $1 for the map.
That's up to
you. We have
you.
like no money, but it helps to have a map.
It does. Well, you could also probably get it another day.
Yeah, we'll come back for map later. We have to go get a fridge.
And board games.
And board games.
And smokes and beer.
We got.
And oh right, probably talk to the Union guy, and maybe the Wild Pines guy.
Yeah.
You're just not gonna talk to her.
You see a set of tattered curtains blocking the way to another room. A strange cage-like trinket dangles from the curtains.
Excuse me, officer. The back room is strictly for employees only. Nothing. Why aren't you browsing the books? Don't you feel compelled to look at the books? You ought to.
Oddly enough, the more she tries to draw you away from the curtains, the more alluring they become. You see some kind of charm, an irregular polyhedron assembled from bones, sticks, and straw. Inside, a disturbing fish head with empty eye sockets stares at you.
Lovely.
Aside from poking at it suspiciously, there is nothing else to do with the fish head charm at this time. The curtains remain shut before you.
I love how Motts' addictions were first priority. Put down. Quick save.
Oh, there you go. You're picking it up. You're picking
Welcome
it
to
up.
Crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. My name is Plaisance.
You should really consider a shorter name.
Be welcome, and please take responsibility for the energy you bring into this space.
A golden pendant hangs around the woman's neck, in the shape of what looks like a tiny fish head trapped in amber.
So many little fish heads.
Can you please give me some money? Oh. Curious pendant you're wearing?
Oh yes, helps to have an anchor in these times.
Motts, have you tried meth yet?
IRL no. In-game also no. I don't know if meth is in the game.
I am the proudest owner of our little shop of culture.
Unless magnesium is meth.
She has fine-tuned her voice to find the most
It is for
welcoming
Kuno.
note for attracting new customers. It doesn't work.
Motts and meth call that Eminem.
I was told there's a huge fridge in the cellar.
A fridge? No, I don't know anything about a fridge. Aren't you interested in books?
No fridge. Only books.
Annette, yes, my daughter. I hope she wasn't slacking off again with her nose in science fiction. Tell me, was she at her post doing her job like a proper girl?
Yes.
Wonderful. Did you talk to her?
Yes.
Great. On a scale of 1 to 10, how compelled were you to buy books after talking with her?
I don't have any money.
My daughter depends on how well she lured you into the store.
10.
My precious, her dedication brings joy to my heart. If you have children, I hope they turn out as great as Mayonette.
LaCrux says it's just speed, which you can do in game. Lol. I have done in the game. I have done speed in the game. Yes.
Okay. I think her strikes me as wrong. It's Trooper is great value add. Here's to dismantle the free market and abolish child labor.
What would you like to say?
I really do not have time for this conversation right now, ma'am. It is 5 p.m.
The woman before you scans the store. Her shoulders.
You can always come back and talk to her about it.
Every now and then, she nudges her glasses.
Cursed? Who said that? Annette? I will have a word with her. This place is not cursed. It has a robustly magnetic energy. Good for commercial activity. My business is thriving, sir.
I've done speed, Motts, in an alternate timeline.
Doesn't feel like it's thriving. Feels ghostly.
Okay, Kim, distract her. I'm gonna open the curtain.
The curtains, tattered with ink and covered in dust, hang before you, as if taunting you. Just as you're about to pull apart the curtains, the petrified voice of the shop owner cries out once more.
Sir, don't touch that. I told you it's off limits for the customers. Parapsychologically speaking, we're done if you decide to open them. I won't be held responsible for the consequences. It's too dangerous.
I'm into an older woman willing to degrade me.
Cherry.
He looks away, mumbling.
You can do better.
Always messing with the curtains. Why can't they just buy books like normal people?
My second playthrough is a full aggressive strength addict, and I'll be honest, it was actually super funny.
Oh, I bet. Like, I don't know, any run, any combination I've done has always been really fun. And there's just a lot of ways you can play the game. Like, you know, you don't have to be super optimized. It's very intuitive.
Yeah. Ma'am, there's a fridge.
Everybody suddenly needs something from there. Leave the curtains be. It's what it wants.
Okay, so what's in there has a will, and it wants you to enter? This is bad.
Ma'am, I'm a police officer. I can sense this place calling for me.
Why? It's not like anyone was killed there.
Oh, Motts, you don't care. This is how I get off. I have a hating kink.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to be so impolite. Just please don't go there. I can't allow that. You'll only make things worse and unleash the powers.
The powers. It's about the curse.
No, it's just a storeroom for the employees. I told you. Now please step away from the curtains.
She's begging you, but there's nothing weird about them. That you will mess with the powers.
You do? My God, even more reasons not to mess with the curtains. Just step away, dear sir.
I'm opening them.
No! Please just talk to me, officer. Come here and let's talk this through before you decide to do anything extreme.
Lies. Rip them open, we say. There is something mysterious about
I'm with Half-Light.
Be careful.
It's vital to the case, I swear. The voice in my head will protect me from the powers.
The curtains, tattered with age and covered in dust, hang before you, as if taunting you.
You're gonna ignore them?
I will talk. I will talk to her. I'm opening those darn curtains, though, woman.
Hello again, esteemed officer, and welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People.
Okay, the curtains, though.
I already told you, it's just a storage room for employees. I don't understand why it's so important to you. Just let it go, officer. Go buy some goddamn books. You're supposed to be drawn to the books.
Apothecary says, who's stronger, my delusions or the spirits? I think our delusions.
Delusions
all the way.
It's just for decoration. Okay, fine. It's because this place is cursed. Just like Annette said, they don't call it the doomed commercial area for nothing.
That's its name. The doomed commercial area.
Are you happy now, officer? Happy that you've ruined everything?
Take it easy. You've broken her resistance. Pushing her further will gain nothing.
Have you sought help? Maybe a priest?
Yes. I've contacted numerous parapsychologists and even a pair of Simonese mediators. They provided me with the wards.
Mm-hmm.
The wards help to keep the doom at bay and protect us against the darkness that lies further in the building, even though now I fear it's not enough.
How does the curse manifest?
The curse is so much worse than you could imagine. It's a disease, eating at the very foundation. It's the curse of financial distress, of ruin and bankruptcy.
Didn't that curtain just move?
Did the curtain move?
Oh, dear.
Did the curtain move?
So was I more paranatural?
It's not just that, officer. We're dealing with something supernatural here. It's the cacodemons feeding off bad business practices and disappointing income statements.
Curses Bahamut. We as the voices in Mantis' head can easily beat the curses, and that right, Lacrux?
I believe in Apothecary and Lacrux. I think they could fight it off.
Ever since I arrived, I've sensed an
Are these
eerie lingering
Lacrux and
presence.
Terry in the room
As
with
if I
us
was
right now?
unwanted here.
Sounds familiar.
It'd be really funny if the detective was also talking to Lacrux and Cherry, and Kim's just like, on the top of all of the weird stuff, there's also that.
Yeah.
Truly so? Perhaps the dark energies are leeching off you. You shouldn't stay in the store too long. It may be dangerous.
I could investigate the curse if if it would help.
Most certainly not. I don't want anyone who's not familiar with the psychic arts to get involved in this mess. Stay away.
How do you
Leave
know?
the spirits be, so they can return to their slumber.
I'm...
Could be a psychic cop.
Yeah, I'm a psychic cop, remember?
Psychic arts. Sounds right down our alley.
Hey,
Yeah.
you see? Yeah, because all of the voices.
Drama! Let's let you investigate. Quest to freeze fire, master of the psychic arts. What is my drama?
Your drama is 1.
Oh! No!
You could level it up with a single skill point.
I could level it up. I am almost to the next level anyway.
It'd probably be, yeah. There you go.
Motts, you, like an eldritch being, have to whip out Ouija board to summon the Crux and I.
Yeah.
And deal Mantis with our powers.
I'll get right on that. I'll start talking backwards and everything.
Slither up to her, you silver-tongued fiend. Show her what world-class perfidy looks like.
Oh, drama.
Ma'am, I've come here to help. I've handled paranatural situations before.
Are you sure? Don't think I haven't seen charlatans before.
senses psychic emanations from afar. The sleeper beyond calls out, return from the void, a paranormal detective from a long paranormal.
I'm not sure I can trust your claims. Honestly, you look like a bit of a drinker. I'm sorry for being so blunt, but...
You're such a drama queen.
Hey now, hey. You need the booze to focus, alright? The lieutenant keeps his usual stony calm. He silently picks out his notebook.
Opens notebook.
Rock the world, he thinks. I'll compose some notes.
The drink the spirits in order to contact the void. This feels magically taxing. I drink to calm down from the ghosts.
From the ghosts.
How do you know all this?
Here we go.
I am the void. I have the powers of all the bad energies.
The apothecary says, a bit. Only a bit? Oh, are you sure?
I should have realized. A pattern lies within the fabric. The hand of fate guides us. Our meeting couldn't have been mere chance.
Perhaps you truly are the one to deliver this woman from the doom.
But I am not the only one at risk. I have to think of my daughter. You are certain you can help us? Keep us safe? I can't allow any collateral damage to hit us.
This sounds my partner Kim will vouch for me. Oh, part of me wants to bring Kim in on this.
Drag Kim into this. Detective, don't drag me into this.
Get nervous when I'm about to try. It's why I have a couple beers right beforehand.
That's an incorrect quote from the detective, for sure.
Yes.
Oh,
He's not been listening closely. Put him on the spot.
Certainly so, ma'am. I can assure you my partner is eminent in this particular field.
If you promise, good officer, then you might be our last hope. Do you swear it?
I should not feel the vibe anymore. Just want to get to the fridge.
Apothecary says smash. Oh, is it Plaisance?
Plaisance.
Low-key has riz.
Thank you, sir. There's one more thing I haven't told you about yet. The entity.
The entity.
Do not act surprised. You know of these things, sire.
You know what the entity is.
Of course, the entity. I have sensed its presence.
The entity takes the form of a woman, a witch probably. I've suspected that she must be connected to the curse ever since I first saw her. Did you know that she lives inside the chimney?
Chimney, the passage to heaven and hell, of course.
Yes, that chimney is part of the building's central furnace, and it's enormous. She has barricaded herself behind some metal security curtains. God knows what she's doing there. Some unnatural
Apothecary's
magic,
down bad.
You should go find the entity and ask what happened to all the companies in the building.
How hot is the entity?
We might see her.
Curtains. Take it. Oh, and please do return to me after you've looked round. I'm quite anxious to know what she has to say about the curse. What you discover in there.
Unbelievable darkness and ruin. What you discover? A demonic refrigerator. Perhaps the fridge.
Demonic refrigerator?
What if the fridge is cursed?
Okay, Kim, are you ready to uncover a
set of
curse?
painted curtains blocking the way to another room.
Kim's just like, I'm ready to refrigerate a body.
You see a dimly lit room full of dusty furniture and trash. A doorway stands in the back, covered in dozens of scary little cage-like trinkets, your shadow looming over it like an omen.
Oh!
Okay, that's a lot of wards.
Yeah.
Put their head in such a machine. The haircut threatens your masculinity.
Perhaps your masculinity
A
should be
heavy door
threatened.
with a
then.
missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens, if not hundreds, of little oddly shaped trinkets and charms. It appears to be locked.
Important to knock.
Only an echo.
It's always important
No
to
one
knock
is there.
before you enter some place that might be haunted.
Yeah.
Let the spirits know you're there.
After exerting some force, you manage to turn the key. It's eerily silent. The door slides slightly open, letting a draft of cold air into the room. You feel the tiny hairs on the back of your neck rise up, as if someone's standing right beside you. An uneasy knot forms in the pit of your stomach. Outside, the wind howls in from across the bay. The building at Rue de Saint-Ghislain stands like a matchbox on its side, with men inside, like little wooden sticks, ready to catch a fire.
Let our knock serve as a warning.
A panicking
warning,
woman
we're coming in.
squeezes the pendant around her neck until it leaves a mark inside her palm. A man, a few meters away, stands frozen with a key in his hand. Somewhere inside, a spider is spinning its web.
There we go. Oh, Kim has something to say.
Kim, you have something to say.
What is
Motts
this
is an
place?
eldritch being. Would you happen to know how to rizz up an entity?
Let's see. As an eldritch being, I might have some ideas, but as an ace person, you need a wingman. Okay.
Well,
Perhaps appealing to their unknowableness might be something. But, you know, with most, like, supernatural things, eldritch things, you know, they can always go for a good snack. So bring snacks. Food is always a good in.
See ya, the crux.
Aw, see ya.
It looks like a gym.
Yes, but no one's been here in ages. I doubt the electricity still works. Good thing we have a flashlight on us. Don't forget to take it out of your bag before we move on.
That's a good reminder, actually.
In your chest.
Yes, because it's closed. No need to look for supernatural explanations where a banal one will do. Now let's move on, shall we?
Okay, Kim, spoil sport.
Apothecary says, so don't comment about her huge honkas. It really depends on what kind of being, like, you're dealing with. If you're talking about, like, the black goat of the woods, then maybe that she might appreciate that.
Yeah,
But you know, maybe another might appreciate you talking about her, like, you know, cool tentacles or how many unholy eyes she has. You know, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Hey, Mott, check this out.
Yeah. You got a flashlight.
I get to shine the flashlight around.
You do. I'm actually gonna go make some tea because I am thirsty. Would you like some tea?
Sure.
You have a cup over there, don't you?
I do.
Let me steal it.
Likely be, having to stop soon.
No!
This is, about 11:30.
In that case, maybe I'll just run off and get some
A
apple juice or
barbell
something.
lies on the
Because that won't
floor.
take as long.
The color has worn off its weight plates. It's 60 kilograms. Your triceps hum at the sight of these weights. Show the world what kind of beast it's dealing with. Lift them.
Come in with a wheel of aged Parmigiano.
Why does it feel so familiar? No, it's not that. It's the stale smell of rubber, the squeaky sound of sneakers, your bruised knee against the mat, and a whistle. Then the feeling is gone. A memory from another life, when you were young and fit.
Not now, Barbell. We must find a fridge. Chocolate ball. Oh, stairs. Okay. Might want to switch to keyboard for moving around these tight spaces.
Maybe not the worst idea.
Something over there.
It's just a deer head.
Detective, you can find your way over there, right? Apparently so.
Moth bitten.
Got a production schedule, filament memory. Whatever that is.
It's a production schedule
Slipstream.
filament memory.
Well, it's ours now.
Whoever was here isn't using it anymore.
Hey,
Oh, money.
$1.50.
It's $1.50 in here, Kim. Oh,
There's
there's
another
$3.
$3, Kim. What have we walked in on, Kim?
This appears to be some kind of machine with a cube-shaped heart and a wired framework. The keyboard has a rectangular on-off button. A piece of paper still hangs from the printer.
It's not a fridge, though.
The radio computer. Just sitting here without anyone inside. But we are looking for a fridge, and we are pressed for time, so...
On the
Very
other
fair.
hand, it's not that I'm not interested in abandoned radio computers.
He's curious, but you're pressed for time. You can always
Yeah.
come back here and find out what the actual fuck is going on.
Yes.
More deer.
Most advanced RPG in the universe. Okay, we
Let's
got,
too had it's abandoned because I love RPGs.
we got some more magnesium. Oh, it's an ice bear.
I love
You
this
see
fucking
a
thing.
terrifying ice bear with a strange compartment in its belly. The door is covered in frost, and the bear's eyes are glowing red. This ice bear is a hyper-carnivore. Be careful. A gust of freezing cold rushes to greet you. You hear a low grumble as the bear regulates itself. This is the inside of a refrigerator. The lieutenant takes a peek inside. His hand has found the holster of his gun.
Relax, Kim, it's the fridge.
Of course. A giant ice bear-shaped fridge. Just what we were looking for. Let's see what's inside.
I love that Kim is having a moment of freaking out.
Yes.
And you're being the calm one for once.
The shelves are empty.
Relax.
All you see
It's just
are
the bear.
crumpled ice cream wrappers with the brand name, Revachol Ice City. A
Ah, see.
handwritten note has been
Okay.
attached to the door. The fridge is huge.
It looks big enough for 2 corpses.
Maybe you could sleep in the fridge too.
It's certainly an eccentric choice, but it is capacious and cold enough, too.
But the optics on this are awful, he thinks. We need to be as silent as we can.
We don't tell anyone.
Shall we
This
go
stays
and get
with
the body,
us.
then? I'll take the head, you take the feet. The stairs won't be easy, but we'll manage.
I want to see you guys walk this through the bookstop.
Easily. The body is
I want to
heavy.
see you two.
It takes
High place.
half an hour
High
to get down. Then 10 more into the fridge. The lieutenant takes a step back to admire your handiwork.
That's how else would one rizz up an entity?
Beautiful.
Sacrifices.
Dead body in a nice bare fridge. This is some of the best body's work I've ever done.
Blood and otherwise.
A dead body in an ice bear fridge is some of the best police work I've ever done.
It's something you can certainly write a book about, Kim.
Definitely earn a drink after this. Perhaps even some pagan rites.
It's alright for pagan rites. The mean set on fire.
Speaking of rizzing up an entity.
No, not really. Look at that. What have we done? We stuffed a dead body in a nice bare fridge. This story does not leave this room.
Kim's like, on second thought, we take this to our graves.
Apothecary asks, who should I sacrifice?
Well, it
He
sort of
means it.
depends.
He doesn't want to be the ice bear cop.
He doesn't want to be the ice bear cop. That depends on who you're rizzing up, I suppose. This entity might be, like, down for just a simple chicken or something. But, you know, maybe she's like, no, I need a human, you know. I just take a mortal enemy and then make them a nice little sacrifice for your eldritch girlfriend.
Yeah. Or potential eldritch girlfriend.
Potential eldritch girlfriend.
I'm not proud either, but we did find a fridge. It's art for artists.
Art.
Did we though? Okay, maybe we did.
Come
At
on,
least
Kim.
we've stopped the body from decomposing further. Now you can conduct another inspection under controlled circumstances.
Inside the icy realm of the ice bear fridge, the corpse stands slumped, waiting.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say that I love the clawed hand up here is awkwardly been stuffed in the fridge.
Yeah. That's...
You pocket
Just reach in
the
there and get an ice
and
cream.
the little fridge magnet, keeping it on the door.
We also took the fridge magnets.
A friendly cartoon bear smiles back at you from a glossy cellophane wrapper. It looks nothing like the fridge, or the decomposing body in it.
Okay, we really do need to ask.
Question. It looks like an ice cream fridge.
Have you considered that Coca-Cola exists in this universe and they made a giant
unfortunate
fridge out of an
marketing
actual
choice.
polar bear?
What is even worse, the bear is still costing them money to this day.
Yeah, it's still
The
on.
electricity bill must be catastrophic. On the other hand, it did help us with a certain corpse situation.
Lucky us.
Refrigerated the body's given us additional plus.
You could try it again.
Come on, 42% damage
You touch the
morale.
dead
Oh
man. His skin is cold, light blue and silvery in the light of the fridge. You still have no idea where to begin, or what to even do with him.
no. Okay. We rolled terribly on that.
Yeah. I mean,
It'll
better
come
than
to you
before,
sooner or
but...
later. At least he's safe here until then.
There you go.
Okay. Let's just shut that door.
Something in my throat, I'm sorry. Yeah.
We finished Aces High, by the way.
Aces High.
It took us that long?
For the rest of the world, the Aces High is just a cool Revachol thing. Politically neutral. In Revachol, it still holds revolutionary
Kim sure has to bear the situation.
Also, have you looked at Lieutenant Kitsuragi's clothes? He wears a bomber jacket, just like the ones worn by aerostatic brigades, and those cargo pants could store tools for hot-fixing your aerostatic. Maybe you should ask him about this.
Okay. +1 empathy towards Kim, +1 a spirited corpse, the roots of the RCM. And we're out of things to think about.
That's okay, you'll get more soon.
What we got over here? Ice cream maker.
Looking for more change.
Hidden doorway. Can I
try clicking in there?
Yeah, okay, there we go. Rusty rifles. Interesting. Busted guns beneath the ceiling.
A few bricks have fallen off, revealing a compartment behind the wall. It's too dark to see in.
Aces High so Motts does 2 speed in real life.
Seems like an old bunker from the
You can't,
Revolutionary
right?
Period. Look at all those rifles. Must be an old weapons cache. There is, yes. And there also appears to be something inside the hole. Interesting. Do you want to take a look?
Yes, I will.
Your hand reaches deep into darkness and spiderwebs. Rummaging around, you find rusty rifles hidden away.
More
rifles, Kim.
Are these any good?
Most of them are rusty and inoperable, like the rest. But one catches your eye. A bolt-action model with a fine wood stock, in better cosmetic order than the others. Take it. You're a police officer. Police officers carry guns.
Don't worry, I
lost a gun, but I have.
I do.
That's a rare sight. Seems to no longer be functional, but still a beautiful thing in its own way.
So it's an antique.
Yeah.
It's not functional, but yeah.
It means there are firearms, albeit inoperable, still lying around in Martinez. It's an interesting coincidence, I would say. Might come in useful in the future.
Counterpoint. Would other people recognize that it is inoperable?
He likes this find.
Rifle through the rummage for a rifle. I love that sentence.
Yes. Pastime of elderly German. If you like to hold on to this, make good use of it. Sell such a beautiful old school sports equipment would be a sin. Then we got to the fridge note.
The note is written with a blue pencil on a piece of lined office paper. The kitchen magnets have left spots on its surface.
Does it say anything interesting?
This is tangential at best, but the lieutenant's detective instinct is still active. Someone has scribbled, S. I can't believe the off-site copy is still here. The illiterate ginger kid keeps stealing stuff from the studio, so I had to hide it somewhere safe.
Can't
You'll
imagine
find
who
the
that might
photo
be.
with the off-site copy in the frozen ice cream maker. Please take it home, ASAP. It's important. I'd do it myself, if I lived in a civilized place with a freezer. Take care, Sully Swaff.
Huh. Who's the other ginger? Do you really, detective? You could hazard a guess.
Someone who owns a radio computer? My guess is as good as yours, officer. I don't know. I assume it's somewhere close to the ice bear fridge.
I mean, we did see an ice cream maker.
It belongs inside a radio computer, storing its memory. It's like a tape. You listen to disco tapes, right? It's like one of your disco tapes, only for a computer.
Kim knows one thing, and it's that you like disco.
Yeah, Kim dumbing it down for us.
It's like the production schedule you found. Only this one's an off-site copy.
Interesting. Okay. Oh. That a generator? Oh no, it's a frozen ice cream maker. So that must be where that thing's being stored. We've got a nosebed for health and some more money.
Excellent.
2 cables are plugged into the breaker box. The red one leads to the ice bear fridge, and the black one to the ice cream maker nearby.
Not gonna touch that right now. That's just asking for trouble.
Oh.
An insane mesh tank top plus 1 drop. Yeah.
That's good to have, because, like, you know, if you have, like, clothes, it gives you a little plus, you know. I don't know, you probably could change things out in conversation, or maybe it's just sort of like, no, you can't. That makes sense. You probably shouldn't take your shirt off to put a new shirt on.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, that's probably weirded most people
A thick
out.
layer of coal dust covers the furnace, coloring it pitch black. Looks like this furnace has a face, and it's a face of agony.
Smear your hands with coal.
It's dark and grimy here. In the darkness you can hear chatter. It's coming from above. A voice or several voices talking to each other. Near the smoke chamber, upstairs.
What are you doing?
Climbing into the furnace?
Hallucinating, maybe it's the entity. I hear the murderers of the hanged man talking. Sure, Kim, but I think I can hear someone talking upstairs.
Wait, really? Take your head out of the chimney, please. It's not safe.
It feels safe to know that the lieutenant's got your back, now and always.
Meets the malignant entity. Place instead lives in the furnace. Yell hello into the furnace.
You're right. The rooms do look like they're connected. But malignant entities don't exist. At least not the supernatural kind.
Then what was the chatter you heard?
Hello!
Something breaks loose in you. A mighty bellow echoes throughout the chimney's depths. The chatter of tiny voices above suddenly cease. Then...
Hello?
Kim, it's the entity.
You've awakened the entity.
And
And it's a woman. Of course. The malicious entities are always women.
Now be gone, vile succubus.
Hello? Did you say anything? I can't hear you. Please come upstairs. There's a safety curtain on the second floor. I'll open it.
You hear a low rumble upstairs. The sound of a curtain being pulled aside.
After you, officer.
Huh.
Well.
Gosh, I wasn't expecting her so soon. Alright, wish me luck.
You got this, Cherry.
Yeah, you got this. We gotta see the entity, right?
You gotta see the entity.
Gotta somehow...
It's all been building to this.
Ah. Where might I find more more stairs? Here we are. Is that a boot? Shoes in a pile of melting snow. I do appreciate the game does make you literally turn around. Postcard. Full of dice.
Dice.
Candy dispensers repurposed to contain thousands of dice.
The entity is a gamer.
Hello, I'm Nia.
Well, definitely wasn't expecting the entity to be a gamer that makes dice.
Did you try knocking on my window? I must have missed you. I've been listening to my Milius. So what kind of die are you looking for?
Could this be the malicious entity? Perhaps it's wise to go along with this masquerade for now.
Yes, a Milius is like a call-in station. You need a two-way radio to access one. That's why I have these.
She's got headphones.
Mostly, they just teach you to swear in different languages. But some of the stations can be quite interesting. I was so absorbed, I must have missed you knocking.
I haven't knocked on your window.
Then how did you get inside? By the south entrance? You know what? It doesn't even matter. What matters is that you're finally here. Let's talk dice. Did you have something specific in mind?
Why are you asking me about dice?
I'm a novelty dice maker. Tell me the name of your role-playing system and I'll make the die you need. That's why you're here, yes?
Kim, what is going on?
As she speaks, her bone-like fingers fiddle with a ring. Her bones light, but her hands strong.
Sure, I like role-playing games. I need some dice.
Dice, Kim. Dice! I'd love to see you and Kim play D&D.
Yes.
Stop everything and play D&D.
Looking for something else. Squint your eyes mysteriously. Answers.
Answers? How strange. These days people only come to me for dice and role-playing games.
The entity plays D&D.
Remarkably, yes.
I'm not sure how helpful I'll be, but go ahead and ask.
This person means you, or no one else, absolutely no harm. She will answer freely and honestly.
So, like, where are we?
We're inside the chimney of an old central furnace. It's strange, I know.
Huh.
But when I arrived here, all the other rooms were taken, so I had to build myself a makeshift home. Besides, I don't really have to pay any rent here, so that's a plus.
Plaisance was right. There's an entity living in the chimney. You should ask her about the curse.
Creative.
Oh. How did you become a dice
How did I
maker?
become one? It was a business decision. I was a regular jeweler at first, but that's an unfocused field with too much competition. Some of my friends were role players. They asked me to make some polyhedral dice out of cobalt. That was my first order. I grew it from there.
Do you like role-playing games yourself?
Not especially. I like working with rare materials and a steady pay. And role players as customers? They're nice people.
Okay, so the entity does not play D&D, but does contribute to people's dice
goblin obsessions?
Yes.
She's
dice
thankful
addictions.
for the security they provide her.
They will provide good security for sure. Good job security there.
So have you heard that this place is cursed?
I've heard the stories, but I don't think those stories are true.
I mean, she's making a nice living. And look at her like little building here. This looks nice.
It does.
Plaisance, the bookshop lady? I've heard that her business is doing rather well. Have the energies spared her somehow?
There's hardly any customers. Just to exploit her own dar to keep the company going. Of course, it's just biding its time before it strikes again. I mean, like, there's no one in that bookshop, and I don't get the impression that there are many people, in Martinet that are buying books from her.
All right, but it's not just the bookstore that's still up and running. What about the whirling in rags? Some people say it's part of the building complex.
It was in the list. And it's doing fine.
It is in the list, yeah. I mean, the whirling doesn't really look like it's cursed. I just took off and the customers have trouble paying bills.
You could say so. Both houses were built at the same time and under the East of the Commerce Central project. And then there is me. I've been here for 14 years, selling novelty dice to role-playing enthusiasts. Not exactly a million-real business idea, yet somehow I've survived despite the talk of malicious energies. Strange, isn't it?
This entire time shining a flashlight.
Yeah, I just realized you're doing that too.
It's because she's in cahoots with the demons.
Hush, half-light.
It's because she's magic, obviously. And so is the whirling in rags.
There are many inconsistencies in the so-called curse. I'm starting to think there might be some holes in this curse.
I was just about to ask, what do you think? Do you think the curse is real?
The jig is up. The she-demon knows you've uncovered her true identity. Time has come to face the source. Fear not, for the forces of the universe are supporting you in this psychic quest.
I think it might still be you that's causing this very mysteriously. See, there's no curse, only business decisions and natural market fluctuations. Honestly, I'm still not sure this world is a puzzling place. Yeah, I'm definitely thinking that the curse might be a bit
I think
overblown.
it might be a little overblown.
Exactly. Truth is always so disappointingly mundane and boring. But I'm glad we got this sorted out. Anything else I can help you with today?
Plaisance is not going to like what you have to tell.
Ooh, well, Shivers to try and uncover why her business hasn't failed. We also do need to ask about, the corpse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if that window can see out. Like, where she is. It might be able to see the
It
corner.
might.
Nothing really. I didn't know him.
The lieutenant looks at his notebook, then the woman under the large window.
Your window looks directly onto the courtyard. You're saying you didn't see or hear anything unusual last Sunday evening?
I'm sorry, detective, but as you know, I usually have my headphones on when I'm working. It shuts out most of the daily ruckus behind my window. Well, There's always something going on in the Whirling's backyard. During daytime, there are usually those kids, and lately I've been seeing a lot of drunk workers hanging about. Must be because of the strike.
She's not sorry to disappoint you. Informing on someone in a murder investigation would intrude upon her focused existence.
But I never saw anyone during that fateful Sunday night, I'm afraid. I might have, but in this case, all I would have seen is my own reflection staring back from the darkness. It's really hard to make anything out in the yard when it's dark outside. Besides, I rarely get up to look out the window when I'm in the zone. It's an odd profession, making dice for people, but I like it, and I prefer doing this to sitting at home.
Okay.
She nods.
Anything else, officer?
So she might have been a bit too far away to see anything.
More or less. Are you interested in anyone specific?
Oh, that's a lot of... I have to ask about the bear.
Yeah, that's about there.
Oh boy, the fabled Revo Show ICT. You're in for a treat here. The place was owned by two guys who had some rather innovative ideas about marketing. The bear was one of them. Now ask me about their other ideas.
She's so excited to
There
spill
was
the
really
goss.
just one, and it involved picking out the prettiest girls in the neighborhood and paying them 20 cents per hour to man the booth. And by man the booth, I mean slump behind the counter with a face that could maim you if you ever dared to disturb their bored magazine browsing.
Wow.
Sounds like she really didn't like those girls. Fritta does the same thing.
The cashier's not particularly friendly.
20 cents an hour is dog's pay for sure. That's terrible. I don't even know what the economy is like here. I know it's shit, but
Hey, what did they expect with?
Oh, but they did. They did show up to work, and not alone. There were also acne-ridden girlfriends and gorilla-like boyfriends loitering near the ice cream stand.
Oh boy.
And they already had the bear.
Didn't
Of
work
course
out.
not. The bear was terrifying. No one wants ice cream guarded by a hostile apex predator. To make matters worse, the fridge didn't work too well either, and half the ice cream came out malformed and partially melted. Eventually, Ravishell Ice City lost the price war to its rival, Class A 5000. Class A 5000 sold caramel sundaes for only 5 cents a piece, out of regular fridges.
Is the market doing its job? Sure, the bear was doing its best.
the bear was trying.
Become alive and
Maybe, because the taxidermist who made the bear definitely wasn't. Doing his job, I mean. He said that the bear was his vision beast. He said he met his vision beast while high on desiccants. Called it Megatherion.
Oh no.
Scary, but cool.
Megatherion, a mega wild beast. It's an imaginary beast that guides you through life. By telling you to do more drugs, mostly.
A wise and noble beast, guiding you toward the land where the streets are paved with drugs.
Of course, electrochemistry would say that.
Electrochemistry chimes in. What do we say about drugs?
Tightens around your neck, strangely excited. But it doesn't feel particularly fun this time around.
No, you beast!
What?
Do you ever feel like your vision beast trapped back out of you? Nothing. Let go of the tie.
No, officer. I don't have a vision beast.
I love our neckties, our vision beast.
Yes.
Normal people don't have vision beasts. Only drug-addled madmen like the taxidermists do.
Should guess, yeah!
Do normal people have horrific neckties?
Neckties? I guess they do sometimes, officer. But I don't understand how it's relevant to our discussion. Anyway, now you know the story of the fallen ice cream empire.
Outside it's light. Light scatters from the low-hanging cloud cover. There's always the threat of snow.
Anything else? Another failed business, perhaps? I've been here for a long time.
She's got all
Good.
the guns.
Yes.
I hope it clarified things a bit. What else?
We gotta stop.
You can always come back.
Yeah.
Like everything here, you can always come back and talk a bit more.
Hey, gotta stop there. I hope you've enjoyed.
Kim has enjoyed so much he's spinning.
Yeah,
Look at
I
him
don't know what's
go.
going on with Kim over there. He's having a great time.
He's having a grand old time. We talked about vision beasts. We put a body in a bear fridge. He's having a good old time.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm so excited. Anyway.
Oh boy. We'll catch you next time.
Yes, we'll see you next time. And maybe we'll talk to Evart.
Maybe.
At least we got the autopsy done.
Yeah, we got
That's the most important thing.
We've done something.
And then we
it's
refrigerated the body.
6:37.
Oh boy.
We have barely done anything. We've almost made $13 though.
Oh wow, that's nowhere near the 130 you need.
No, it
but
really isn't. Oh boy.
look at that list. It's only getting longer.
Anyway. See you next time.
Bye.